So I talked about this a lot back a few months ago, and it is the truth. And just what this is, this is an article from 2022, a long time ago. But the next article I show you will be a bit too recent. Let's put it that way. But it is the truth. In a lot of cases, the people in social welfare, people in the dole, pretty much, are doing better than people who are working. And in my case too, I get about €400 a week or so, and I work a 40-hour week. And to be totally honest, the people on job seekers, they're suggesting now at the moment that they're going to raise the job seekers to $450 a week. Depending on your salary, if you lost your job and stuff, if you're on job seekers, you get $450 a week. But pretty much, a lot of people who are working and stuff are getting less. They're paying tax, obviously. I'm paying tax and POSOI, etc., etc. People on the dole don't pay anything, pretty much. They get just their dole handed to them. And that's it. And in a lot of cases, I know even people on the dole and stuff, not through the fault of their own, they can't get jobs. Young people who can't get jobs, that regardless of what people do, pretty much work for nothing. Like, small jobs, few bob pretty much for a few people. So there's loads of young lads, unfortunately, I know that are on the dole. And in a lot of cases, they're doing better than me, because they're getting, double weeks, they're getting extra payments, they're allowed for fuel allowance, they're allowed for this, they're allowed for that, etc. See, I'm just entitled to my only salary. I'm not entitled to anything after it, really, pretty much. I'm allowed the tax back and stuff like that, but not pretty much anything else. But what I'm trying to say, in a lot of cases, a lot of them are doing better than us. And then obviously if you have a child benefit and stuff like that, child benefit and stuff. Even though nearly everybody gets child benefit, it doesn't really matter. But what I'm trying to say is a lot of people are doing better on the dole than they are working. Because let's be fair, you could sit at home and do nothing and get money for nothing, pretty much. When you only people have to go out and walk and stuff like that. And don't get me wrong, it's good to have it, because again, as I know them young lads, they're trying their best. Pretty much the jobs they're getting are shitty jobs that only give them maybe €20 a day. In some cases, like, the people want them to work for nothing. Like, that's the majority of people nowadays, unfortunately, majority of employers. They want people to work for little to nothing, pretty much. And it's not good enough, because at the end of the day, if you go to work, you're supposed to get a proper wage for your week's wage. For 40 hours, take for example, some people are working longer and getting pretty much little in return. But what I'm saying, that a lot of people in social welfare are doing better, and it shouldn't be the way that people who go to work, like you and me, the only taxpayer who has to pay for taxes and etc., shouldn't have to pretty much do without a lot of money, especially go out and work a 40-hour week. That's a lot of hours to work. You shouldn't have to have money problems, pretty much, or you should be able to manage. In a lot of cases, a lot of people can't manage. And that's unfortunate, because people are going out and doing a hard work 40 hours. It's a good long time, and in some cases long, as I say. But what I'm saying, work should pay. Work should pay. And, nobody who is not working, pretty much on the dole and stuff like that, shouldn't be getting more than the person who's going out working. And a lot of people too, during the pandemic and during the lockdowns, a lot of people didn't want to go back to work because they were getting more money at home than they were working. And that's a very sad thing to have to say, because it's important for people. It gives you purpose in life to work. But, it doesn't pay for a lot of people, unfortunately. When if you have a car and stuff, you pay for your fuel and stuff going to do your work. You're nearly out as much, pretty much. And it's not right. And again, we have to talk about it in society. Because it's not good enough that people who go out to work should, not getting a proper salary, and pretty much nearly the people who are unemployed get better off, to pretty much. And as we see here, people on welfare payments see a higher increase than people on than those employed. And this is the thing, like, a lot of people are, just see it here, this is from just May last year, pretty much nearly a year ago. There's more people are getting more pretty much on the dole. And again, this is a very bad thing for society, I think, too, because it disencourages people to work. But in a lot of cases, again, there's two sides to every story, and I understand to a certain degree. I'm not an anti-person on the dole and stuff. It's an important thing to have too for people who lose their jobs and stuff. And as I say, young lads that just can't get anything, and I don't blame the young lads or anything, but somebody that just doesn't want to work because they're getting handy money and stuff, that shouldn't be tolerated. But yeah, I don't blame because again, some of the young lads showed me some of the job offers they got on the door. And you might as well literally go and volunteer to do it, because some of them will, as I say, only get €20 a day for working, going out and doing an 8-hour day and get €20 for it. And it's stupid, and some people barely getting the minimum wage in some cases. Like employers, and particularly with young people, they want to treat young people like shit, to be told, because they can, because they're young and stuff like that. compared to an older person, which will argue back and stuff like that. But long story short, it goes back to my point. I understand, like, some people who can't get jobs and stuff like that, can't get it for love of money. And at the end of the day, if you're going to go out and walk, you would want to get a decent wage for it. The same if you're going, especially if you have to travel. The worst thing is travelling huge distances. Some people travelling up and down to Cavan to Dublin every day to go up to the hospitals and stuff. I know one young nurse. She's 3 years, probably, or going on 4 years now of being a nurse in the Metro Hospital. And she's saying it's nearly more in petrol, because it's a huge amount in petrol going up and down, because she's going up from Cavan to Dublin every day, every evening, coming back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So at the end of the week, you find it a hefty bill on your petrol. And then obviously wear and tear on your car, all that, it takes a good bit of money. And then if you add it up all year, she's probably paying good God, it could be 4,000 or 5,000 a year on petrol, because she's doing literally every working week, 5 days a week. It's an insane amount of money when you really sit down and think about it. And this young woman is probably only on about 1,000. I know it sounds a lot, 1,000 or so, because she's a young nurse. She's not too long at it. The longer you're there, the more money you get, I think, in the HSE, compared to if you're young and stuff. They can treat you pretty much like dirt. It's probably about 1,000. I think she said the exact figure to me, what she was getting, but she might get a bit more, because that was 2 years ago when she first started. But still, at the end of the day, it's a lot of money. It is a lot of money to be running up and down the road to Dublin, and to be getting pretty much less. You'd nearly probably be better off in the door, because you get money just for sitting at home. But she's a good woman. She cares a lot for elderly people, and she has a lot of respect for elderly people. She treats them very well. So I have huge respect for that woman. And there's many like her, just doing the same thing every day. As we speak now, running around hospitals, doing their best for people and stuff. We take our hats off to them. But what I'm trying to say is, people who walk, like, as I say, that woman who's a nurse, shouldn't have problems in terms of paying anything. She should have enough money to do it. She shouldn't have to worry about all this. And again, the thing about it is, as she said, after you pay your petrol every year, you don't have much left, and then you pay for your car, NCT, all that, insurance. Then you pay for your house, your rent. You have very little left at the end of the week. What I'm trying to say, even for a woman that's a nurse, there's very little left, and that's what she said. And when you hear that, it's something very wrong, because she had to go to college and study hard. It wasn't an easy thing to do. It's not an easy thing to just get a nurse degree, a caring degree, and elderly people and different things. Isn't not an easy thing to do. And she went through the whole 9 yards of it, and she nearly turned out worse than people sitting on the dole. And it's just not fair, and compared to other people too, who have to get up early in the morning and get ready for work and stuff like that. It's just not making sense why people who go out to work, because again, we should be encouraging people to work, because it's important for society. It's important for people's development too, not just even for society. Because at the end of the day, fuck society in a way too, because the government don't care. The government just don't care if you're never able to afford to buy a house or able to pay your rent. The government just don't give a shit. So I wouldn't blame a lot of young lads in a lot of cases too, because why the fuck would you bust yourself working for nothing, and the government treat you like shit? I really wouldn't blame them. When you look at it that way too, you understand a lot of cases too. Like, I understand it. Don't think I'm just totally anti-gets social welfare and stuff like that, but it's a good thing to have. But in a lot of cases, it's being abused, and that's just the thing. But again, this shouldn't happen. People who work should be better off than the people who are out working. And I think that goes without saying. Everybody would agree on that. Because it's not fair. It isn't fair when people have to go out and do hard work, and particularly if you're working in a restaurant. So it's not easy work. You're on your feet all day running around. It's not an easy job compared to sitting at home. You're getting money pretty much handed to you in a way. Especially because in some cases I've seen people on 14 years on job seekers and stuff like that. You shouldn't be 14 years on job seekers. Like, I know in some cases elderly people on job seekers because they can't walk and they can't get disability, but there's many issues to be had there. But a lot of people just don't want to walk. But anyway, let me know what you think. Subscribe. Bye.